Okay everyone, we're going to learn a little bit about symmetry today. So we're going to take a long piece of construction paper. This is just a regular sheet of construction paper that I cut in half the long way. We're going to fold our construction paper in half the long way. I always think of this as a big long hot dog bun. This is a little tricky to fold, so you might want to hold it like I am. Put your thumbs underneath, fingers in the center of the paper, and just fold it slowly till you get a nice bend. Then you're going to put corner to corner. Once you find your corners, give it a good rub right on that crease where the fold is. Rub, rub, rub. After you have your paper folded, you're going to take a marker, and halfway in between your folded paper, you're going to draw kind of a wiggly wobbly line. But what you're going to do is you're going to start a little bit away from the edge. So I'm going to put my finger here to give it a finger space, and I'm going to put a little dot right there so I know where to start. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to put my finger here, give it a finger space, and a little dot. Now I'm just going to draw a wiggly wobbly line from dot to dot. Wobbly wobbly womp. There. Okay, so now my piece of paper has a wiggly line with a little bit of space from each of the short edges, right down the center. Now all I need to do is from that dot that I marked, the end, I'm just going to curve down toward the crease. Here's the crease where I folded my paper. I'm going to put my finger on the crease so I know where it is. This is the part where I can go inside the two pieces. Here's where I folded it. My finger's on the fold, so I'm going to go from my dot down to the corner by the fold. And I'm just going to make a line there. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, running my finger along the crease from the dot I made down to the corner. Then what I can do is I can draw some fun designs in here if I want. I'm going to do a simple zigzag. You can color yours however you want. Do whatever kind of designs make you happy. I'm going to do something simple. You can do as much or as little as you want. After I have my pattern finished, I'm going to pick mine up and I'm going to put the fold, again that crease, right here in my hand. This is going to be my helper hand. Then what I'm going to do is take my scissors. Remember, thumbs up for scissors. Scissors up in the air. And I'm going to do little snips. Not a big alligator chomp, a little snip. And I'm going to stop on that line that I drew. So I'm cutting from the edge that's open. My hand is holding the fold, the crease. And I'm going to do a little alligator chomp until I get to the line I drew. Then I'm going to stop. I'm going to kind of make a triangle or a letter V shape with cutting a diagonal line. Now I can take these triangles out and I can save them for a different project. So I'm going to cut at a diagonal and I'm going to stop at that line that I drew. If you want to experiment with cutting out a different shape, you definitely can. You can make some kind of more round by curving your scissors around like that. You can make a pattern out of these. Maybe you want to have some round ones. Maybe my pattern will be 2 round ones and 2 triangles, and then maybe 2 round ones again. You can cut whatever you like, but you have to make sure you stop on the line. I'm going to cut 2 more and then I'm going to be done. There we go. Okay, now I have something that looks like this. Okay, here's my crease, here's my fold, and I can even stand it up if I want. Okay, so there's my design, there's my fold. My last step, remember that curved line we drew from the dot to the corner of our paper? Well, I'm going to cut along that curve that I drew. on both sides. I have to decide here, do I want to have it come down to the edge or do I want to just go all the way back? I think I'm going to go all the way back with mine. There. Now I have a shape like this. Now if I open mine up, I'll see that I've made a symmetrical design, same on both sides. Not only did I make a symmetrical design, but this kind of looks like a caterpillar. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do another design on this side. Yours doesn't have to look like mine. Yours can look anything you want it to look like. We're just working on exercising our hands with our scissors, coming up with some patterns or designs, and making something symmetrical. So I know that mine has more than 6 legs for sure. So it's not an insect yet. It hasn't gone through its metamorphosis yet. So here's my caterpillar. If I want to, I can draw some big eyes on mine. I could get some glue out and I could cut some paper to make some antennas if I wanted. I'd probably use a different color, but this is just an example. Something like that. I could decorate him with paint or chalk or some other colors. I can even leave him up so that he can kind of walk. Dart, 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 dart. After I'm done with my symmetrical caterpillar, I can experiment with all different kinds of caterpillars that I might want to make. This one isn't a symmetrical caterpillar because I just cut out a long round shape. But then I found some black string and I used a hot glue gun. I could have used regular white glue, but it would take longer to dry. And I just glued some string on his belly. And this made it look like he can walk with all these different little creepy crawly legs. Almost looks more like a centipede than a caterpillar. This is one that Violet made. She glued on her legs too. And she decided to put some designs with hot glue on the top because it's kind of like puffy paint. And then she sprinkled some salt on it so that it'd be a little sparkly. Have fun and make some interesting bugs. Do, 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 do.